let's make lemonade. Let's go to work.
That's the signal. Go, 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 go.
Six.
It's beautiful.
Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude.
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson, bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. And if you're looking for affordable, brand new car, gets great gas mileage, check out Willis Nissan. You can check out the redesigned 2026 Nissan Sentra, one of the best values in the sedan market, packed with modern tech and convenient features. Go to willisauto.com for more. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Good to have you here. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and, of course, leave your comments in the comment section. You can always call the show at 515-517-2303 and follow us on our social media channels. Hello, Ross Peterson.
What's up, my friend? Happy Thursday morning to you. Like the new glasses? Those are
like the specs?
Those are new, right? I'm not.
Got them yesterday. Yesterday. So I got two new pair at Costco. You know, I don't go to the lens crafters. I don't go to those fancy places. I'm looking for discount eyewear.
Can I stop? Pause. But
yeah.
Is Lens Crafters one of the fancy places?
Well, they tend to overcharge for their. Maybe it's not fancy.
Overcharged.
They tend to
that endorsement out the window. Thanks, man.
Sorry, man. Sorry, didn't mean it. But yeah, so I've got I've got the lineless progressives. Yes, I have bifocals, but you can't see the bifocals. And these were kind of outside my comfort zone, right? I was like, my wife's like, "Oh, you got to. These are trendy. These are nice. They're kind of hip."
Trust the wife.
So I went with them. I got another pair, and then when I'm over in Italy in a couple of weeks, I'm going to look for another set of frames, because I have something in mind that I want, but I can't find them here. But every time I'm in Italy, I'm like, "Oh, look at those glasses! Look at those glasses!" And Costco told me, "Hey, if you bring those frames back, we'll put the lenses in for you, so I don't have to get the lenses over there." So that'd be nice.
Look at Costco. So, all right, for a lot there. Well, you're going to look very European. When you get to, you're going to look like you're.
With these, you mean?
Yes. The very European. I didn't think of it until you said. When I go to Italy, I was like, oh, yeah, they look Italian. Look Italian. I don't know, it's a fancy. Italian.
They're Ray-Bans.
Fragile.
I don't know if that means anything.
Must be Italian.
Cingale.
So, yeah, I like that idea. So can you explain to us when you say you have something in mind? I never have a clue what I'm looking for. Never. When it's time for new glasses, the day that I walk in there is the day that I start thinking about it. I throw a few on my face, and the first one that I go, hey, don't look too dumb here. And this is the doesn't look dumb look.
See, I have the ability not to know how dumb I look, so I have to have my wife with me, because I would have I would go with like round glasses, and my wife like, you have an egg face shape. You can't go with round glasses. Now, these are getting closer to that, but she goes, this little bar up there helps a little bit, but she goes, you have to get glasses for your face that match your face. Oh. Ross, here's the deal. I want a pair of orange glasses. I like colored glasses.
Oh, yeah, just
not to wear every day, but with a certain outfit, accessorize a little bit.
People have you so misjudged when it comes to this stuff. That's very Travis right there. Orange glasses, orange frames I can throw on from time to time. Here again. If I got orange frames, I'd wear them every day. I only have one pair of glasses. I've always only had one pair. And when these ones start to get scratched or ruined, they'll get thrown away. And then I'll go buy another pair and I'll wear those every day. But I like your idea of accessorizing.
I almost, when I purchased, because I got two pair at Costco, because they had buy one set of frames, get another one 50% off. I'm like, too good of a deal to turn down. I had a set of green frames picked out that were spectacular, but they didn't have them wide enough. I said, don't you have another one in here? They're like, that's the part of being a discount store, is that we get the leftovers. So the sizes we have are the sizes you get. And so I was kind of limited what I could get at Costco, but I found something I liked.
It took me a minute to figure out as you described, you said you're talking about round glass, orange frame.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had this picture in my head. I'm like, oh, that's that famous guy.
The fat guy who does the cooking show.
I almost said Alton Brown. It's not Alton Brown. His name is Andrew Zimmern. Not Zimmerman, Zimmern.
Yeah.
Or is it Zimmern?
Yeah.
But
I have no idea. He does a cooking thing, right?
Yeah.
He's a traveler, goes around, tries food.
But
not
now,
a bad gig to have.
Now he's like grown out the beard, and now he's got a real like Rick Rubin look to him.
Ooh.
Yeah. Can you grow out the big long ZZ Top beard?
No, this is about as long as my beard gets. I mean, what you have right now, I could never accomplish.
I thought about shaving yesterday.
I just cannot grow a thick beard. My brother-in-law, Seth, he can grow like the brewer's beard in like 4 days. I'm like, how do you do that, man?
Yeah.
I just don't have the ability to grow a lot of facial hair. Now, we know that Justin can't grow any facial hair whatsoever.
Yeah.
This was really about as good as it gets for me.
Yeah.
It would get a little thicker, but not much. Did you watch the Iowa game last night?
I did watch the Iowa game last night. Yeah.
I'm going to make a statement. I'm going to see if you agree with me, because I didn't put this on the rundown sheet. I put just some basic stuff. And I don't mean to be hard on the Iowa Hawkeyes, but that's a bad loss to a bad team.
That's a no doubter. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bad loss. That's a team that had won 2 games in the Big Ten. That's a bottom dweller in the Big Ten. These are the types of games that, again, you go back to the very beginning of the year when we were afraid this team might be on the bubble conversation. That was these were the games that you had. That you thought, man, we're going to beat Maryland, though, right? That it's a bad loss. There is no way around it, Trav. It's and really just a tough night, an ugly game. Didn't have much flow. Hawks never caught a rhythm. Yeah, bad loss to a bad team is the only way to put that. In an arena, by the way, that looks like a preseason practice. I mean, dude, I shouldn't even say that. Creighton and Iowa State pack a gym for practice. There were
17,000 people at the Creighton Iowa State game.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they claimed 17,000 people last night. There weren't 7,000 people at that game last night.
I put on our X page last night. I said, I've seen bigger high school crowds than what I'm seeing last night.
And Hawkeye fans, Carver was a running joke for a long time of having nobody there, right? That was shocking. There's that section behind the Maryland bench. There were 6 people in the section. It looked like a 1A high school basketball game on a Tuesday morning down at Wells Fargo Arena. No, it didn't. Those have more people. It was, but and then so I don't know. Is that part of it where it sounded loud? Like on the game, it sounded like there were more people than were there. But is that part of the not having? It just never looked like the Hawks.
I was going to ask you that question. It'd be fun to ask, a college basketball player, if we ever get Jess Settles on or something like that, go, hey, if you come out, you would think that would be an advantage not to play in front of a big crowd, right? Like you have an empty gym. But I would also think that'd be a little deflating. Like you come out, you're playing in the Big Ten, and you're there when there's no energy in the building. Does that suck it out of you? Now, that wasn't Iowa's problem last night. And somebody put it in the chat earlier, and Ben McCollum talked it before and after the game, that Maryland's a bad matchup because they were going to try to dribble, penetrate, drive, get to the foul line, which they did. Iowa's problem was really shooting the three-pointer. They had good looks in the second half. They had really good looks in the second half. They just weren't falling. And I would hit rewind on the YouTube TV, watch again, going, that's a good look. That's a good look, but it's just not falling. And nobody else stepped up besides Bennett Stirtz. Bennett Stirtz has 32. He has 4 of the 5 3-pointers Iowa scores last night, but he was the only one that really made a difference. And if nobody else is going to step up and make a difference, that's going to put Iowa in a tough spot. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned That was just the third Big Ten win for Maryland. It was their first win over a quad one team. I know you love me going down to quad one, quad two.
I don't mind it. I don't know them. It's not. Yeah. I can't look at the schedule and go, oh yeah, bing bang boom. Here's who the quad ones are. I know that they matter. I know. To me, it still is more of a feel. It's art or porn. I know it when I see it. What's a good loss and a bad loss? Well, I'll tell you after I watch it.
Yeah, you lose to Purdue at home this weekend. That's a good loss, right? Yeah, I mean, it's Purdue.
Again, depends, right? Lose by 40? No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to lose by 40 to Purdue.
I
they
don't
play
either,
Purdue.
but I just yeah. Lose that game by 8 in a tight game, then you go, we're there. We can compete with those teams. Losing to Maryland, no matter where it's at. And then I know winning on the road is hard and all that. Nope, bad loss.
Yeah, and there will be some people who go, guys, it's on the road in the Big Ten. I don't care.
A bad loss to a bad team.
A team you beat by, 20 earlier in the season?
And the thing, that's a good point, too. I hadn't looked at right. It is more than I think that. It's that thing that we have talked about as a Hawkeye fan you could be afraid of. Bennett Stirtz Bennett Stirtz has a good game. It would be a 32?
32. Back-to-back 30-point games.
13 of 21, 4 of 10 from three-point range. Banks is your second leading scorer with 13.
I played John from New Jersey.
They're your only two in double. They're your only two in double digits. You're blaming John from New Jersey.
Yeah, because he made the 3-hour trip down from New Jersey to Maryland. And I'm being facetious there, but I mean, yeah, it's just. But again, go back, watch the second half, and the looks they got from behind the arc were good looks. Some were forced, but for late, they like you're spotting up, you're squaring up, and you're like, you just can't hit it.
We missed an opportunity last night.
What was that?
We missed an opportunity. And by the way, we could have, if I would have come up with this, we could have had John win over the hearts of all of our Rush listeners that were so angry because he has an opinion that doesn't match theirs, right? There were so few people there last night. Do you realize John could have sent a message?
Well, John could have brought a banner that said therushradio.com.
Not a banner. They're not going to get on TV. He could have yelled and we would have heard him.
Rushradio.com.
See, it's funny that I love how our brains work because you instantly go to promote our show. I was honestly thinking we could have had John start a USA chant last night.
I'm all about us, man. I am all about us. When are you going to figure that out?
I think that would be. Have I ever told you the story about we did that at a UFC event one time? We had buddies at a UFC event, and the undercard is fighting, and there's not very many people in the arena, and we're texting with our friends that are at the arena. Pretty soon, one of my buddies in the room is like, "All right, let's see if this works." Everybody be quiet. We're like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I just text the boys, start a USA chant." And sure enough, in the crowd, you hear, USA! USA! We could have had John do that for us, and then everybody would have been like, that's cool. I would have thought that was neat. I would have felt like, look, we made a difference in the world. Can't change international pedophile rings, so might as well get a USA chant going when we can, folks.
And that's why I'm like, rushradio.com. Rushradio.com. By the way, if you miss any part of the show, you can always join the show live as it runs all day long, all night long at the rushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, and the TuneIn app. So if you haven't downloaded those yet, do so. But yeah, Iowa has its 6-game winning streak snapped. Comes home to play Purdue. That's not going to be an easy game. Purdue just won at Nebraska, beat the Huskers in overtime on Tuesday night.
And
I think what day it was. Did you see that?
I did see that.
I almost believe it.
But now, wait, hold on. You believe what? That
if you go to the timeout, a Purdue player turns his Gatorade bottle upside down.
Well, I didn't. I can see that that he has a Gatorade bottle. I didn't see him turn it down. I also saw a Nebraska fan throw a beer into. Yeah, so I'll go with the beer that I saw rather than the.
I thought the beer happened after the call. When he slipped, I thought that's when they threw the beer.
That could be.
But you just want to go to people and go, dude, you don't. First of all, you don't throw beer, and you don't throw a can of beer from the third deck of the Pinnacle Bank Arena, because that becomes, a weapon at that point.
They give out
can do
cans?
serious damage. I believe so.
That's stupid. Yeah, pour them cans into a
cup.
Can't be giving people projectiles. Man. Anyway, Nebraska's really good. Hung in there. Almost pulled off a nice win at home, but a loss at home too. And the crazy thing is, the kid slips on the inbound, and then two of the players come over and grab him, and they both slide.
Yeah. So there was something on the court that was put there. You know who's not good at home? Kansas State. Kansas State got beat at home last night, 91-62. 91-62 at home. Ross, we've talked about Jerome Tang being on the hot seat. And a lot of people pushed back and said, there's no way he's on the hot seat. It's going to cost Kansas State way too much money to get out of this, like $15 million. And I can't really push back on that. But if I'm an athletic director and I hear Jerome Tang say this after a game, I really have to wonder if he's the right guy for the coach. Here's Jerome Tang last night after the loss to Cincinnati.
This was embarrassing. These dudes do not deserve to wear this uniform. There will be very few of them in it next year. I'm embarrassed for the university. I'm embarrassed for our fans, our student section. It is just ridiculous. I mean, these dudes got to have some. They got some pride, man. They got some pride. It means something to wear a K-State uniform. It means something to put on this purple, man. Our everything this university is about and all that it's been about. Why I love this place, man. Like they don't love this place, so they don't deserve to be here.
Oh my God!
Wow!
Oh my God!
Wow! That's poor leadership. Now you can feel that. But leaders stand up and go, I've got to do something about it. I have to fix this. You have basically wiped all blame away by saying, none of these guys are coming back next year. They don't care about this place. It's their fault.
Isn't the same guy that last week was telling us we didn't know? I know what's going on with these guys. That's why I'm proud of the way that we played. Especially in the second half. Remember that quote?
Yeah.
I know what's going on. You guys don't know what's going on. A week later, they don't deserve to wear the cliches he throws at you. The coaching cliches that he runs through in that you can apply to any university and that every fan falls for. These colors.
The purple.
What the purple stands for. What does K-State stand for? What does K-State what does that mean?
And you can apply it to any university.
You can say that about what he says it like a guy that's been at K-State for 25 years. He says it like a guy that when did 2022 was when he started. He's been there for 3 years.
He's maybe a little bit longer, but he came over from Baylor. He was an assistant at Baylor, got the K-State job.
Where he was a 20-year assistant at Baylor. Okay? If you wanted to run that line at Baylor, it's got a little bit more tension to it. They don't deserve it. You recruited them. They're your guys. What do you mean they don't? What?
Let's
fire him today.
I'm kind of with you on that. I'm like, you just embarrassed yourself by saying you don't like you recruited him, you brought him in. This is a you problem. It's not a they problem. And if your solution is I'm not going to bring any of them back, good luck. But Ross, let's go down a deeper rabbit hole with this. Is this a byproduct of NIL?
No.
Meaning you don't think so?
Go. No. Jerome Tang's the guy to blame here. We talk about how okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. I know where you're going to this, but just hear me out.
Okay.
When he says they don't care about the colors, you're right, because they care about the color of green. Because now all you're doing is going out and bringing players in. And what happens if all of a sudden other players in the locker room start figuring out what other guys make, and you're like, well, I'm not making the same amount of money as you. I'm not making the same amount of money as you. And then you have jealousy and infighting. I don't know if that's happening, but what he's saying does correlate. Like, if you're only going out and buying players, there will be no loyalty to a university. Zero. If your whole goal is, hey, we're going to go to the portal, give guys money, all they care about is the money they're getting. So I'm not blaming Jerome Tang because I think he's ridiculous for saying that stuff. But I also think, I personally believe this could be a byproduct of NIL where, yeah, you're not going to have loyalty at a lot of these schools if all you're doing is saying you're the highest bidder, right? I mean, you don't agree with that? That could be a part of the problem when it comes to.
Listen, I think that's a part of the problem. But again, you've done a good job of describing what you're thinking here, because what I see this now as, you're right. That's the tool that Jerome Tang is using, right? So I still blame the guy. I wish the tool could be changed. I wish it weren't that easy of an out for him, that he gets to blame the players this easily. And by the way, it probably is true. $15 million is a lot of money for Kansas State basketball. And as we've talked about, that's just the start of it. Because you got to get him out, buy him out of that contract, buy somebody else out of their contract, and then pay them a bunch of. So you're probably looking at $25 million, something like that. And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, Trav. It goes down $3 million a year, if I remember that right. That number's in my head. That It goes through on like July 1 or something. Maybe they wait till the 4th of July, boot him in, just to save the $3 million. You're not going to save anything with this season. They're a 1-win Big 12 team. What are they?
1-10 in the Big 12, 10-14 overall. They lost by 30 at home to Iowa State. They lost last night 91-62 to Cincinnati. They're bad. They are bad.
Good luck recruiting. Eric writes, this is a great point, Eric. He sunk his ship. Who wants to play for a guy like that? Like, if you are the parent of a 17, 18-year-old Division I athlete and you hear that a week after, hey, you guys don't know. But like, I say this a lot, and but I love it. It's one of my favorite things, how we as human beings fall for the cliches. All the things he said there could be said about any university on the planet, and coaches do it. Talk about coach speak with his heart on his sleeve. They don't know what this purple represents. He said that with a straight face. With a straight face, without laughing, he said, they don't know what these kids, they don't know what it represents. They don't deserve to wear this purple, as he's decked in purple clad.
But it's your job to educate them on what the purple means. It's your job as the leader of a program to coach them. Great team, great leadership takes responsibility. And what he did last night, as much as I love playing it, because you get a good soundbite, you're like, damn, I'll play that. Because you don't hear that often. But then you go, dude, that's the wrong thing to say. When you walk in and go, this is going to be brief, you get 2 questions, but first let me say this.
Here's the thing, Trav. Had his press conference 2 weeks ago or whenever that was. Let me go look at the, because I keep referencing it. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Was it after the Iowa State?
Was it after Iowa State? Okay. We talked, like, we looked at his buyout, like, and he came out and he said, I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of the way they played in the second half. That was 2 games ago. That game happened 11 days ago. 11 days ago, he's telling the people at the press conference, you don't know. I'm really proud of them. My team that scored 21 points in the first half just got run out of the gym by 34. I'm really proud of them because I know what's going on behind the scenes. 11 days later. So here's my point. Had he come out after the Iowa State game and said, these guys don't deserve to wear the purple, I'm going to change this thing around. I probably would have had that reaction and gone, man, that's refreshing. You don't hear a coach do that very often, even though Jerome Tang's already kind of built his reputation, right? I mean, he's already kind of done the weird stuff. So, but maybe our reaction would have been, oh man, he's serious. Hey, Jerome Tang, just give him some money, give him some resources. The dude 10 days ago tells us, your eyes are lying to you. Your eyes are lying to you. I know what's going on behind the scenes. And these kids, man, I'm so proud of them. 10 days later, you're not only not proud of them, they're an embarrassment to the university.
And 10 days later, you don't know. You said you don't know. No, you don't know. Because if you said that 10 days ago, you had no clue that was what was going on. And now you're passing the buck.
Hawks lose. Hawks look like crap last night. Hawks looked like a one-trick pony last night against a bad basketball team. And luckily, Jerome Tang comes out and drops a Tanger bomb.
Of course, the Big 12 basketball tournament coming up at the end of the month, first part of March in Kansas City. Ross, this is what you're going to see. Do you see this? Look at that. A glass floor that was going to be used at the Big 12 tournament. It's been used at the 2024 NBA All-Star Game. It's been used in Eurovision games. It's not hardwood, it's glass, and it's going to be promoting all sorts of things. Probably going to have advertisements on there. Thoughts on this?
Neat.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. I don't disagree with you on that. And I heard Scott Van Pelt on SportsCenter this morning say, he goes, I don't care either way. As long as it performs like a hardwood floor and it doesn't mess guys up, that's the only thing that really matters.
Travis, couple of things here, man. Did you hear the Big 12 kind of touting this announcement? I'm not overstating it, dude. The Big 12 said that there was a I shouldn't say the Big 12 said, that's not fair. There was a podcast last week that had inside information about a huge announcement. And these guys came on and said, this announcement that the Big 12 is going to make is going to change college basketball. It's a game changer.
It's been used.
The glass floor, those have been out for a while.
Yeah.
They're not new. I saw friends that were like, oh man, this is an excellent revenue opportunity for the school. For the conference. Yeah. Why does it matter to me as a fan? It's not like during the game, it's going to be doing that stuff. It's not going to be flashing the different logos as Taman Lipsey's trying to dribble into the paint. It's hopefully just going to look like a basketball court, right? So then what's the point of it? Well, we can change out the advertisements so quickly. We can make it look like a women's basketball court in an instant. Oh, cool. That way, if we decide to play the second half under the women's rules, we can do that. It's cool. It's neat.
So according to...
I am praying Mike is right that this is not the huge announcement, that the Big 12 had something else, but it was the initial announcement was supposed to come out Tuesday, and then they said, hey, that big announcement thing we're going to do, it's coming out Wednesday. And then,
I have a feeling that was it.
That was the big announcement yesterday, we did it, guys. We got the glass court. This way, if Raising Cane's doesn't pay the sponsorship, we can slap that bitch out quick. We don't got to call time out.
I don't know if a lot of universities will be going to this, like a typical hardwood floor, and Chris Conley can correct me if he's wrong. I know he's listening right now, or I'm presuming he is because Chris always listens to the show. I think like a new court that you get at Wells Fargo Arena and all that stuff usually go about $150,000 for a high-end one. You can get a lower-end one for like $10,000. That one last night is $2.5 million.
Yeah.
Now you go, well, we can spend $2.5 million, but we can make a lot of revenue during breaks on that.
Yep.
Run TV ads, all sorts of things.
Think of how cool our halftime show is going to be when it looks like it's glass breaking. And you go, oh, yeah, they've been doing that in Minnesota on the ice for a decade.
Hey, I was talking to our buddy Brian Duax yesterday, Ross. They still have some Maker's Mark. And I said, why is the Maker's Mark still there? And he goes, here's the deal. He goes, once the word gets out, people are a little skeptical. And then once they hear that the Maker's Mark private bottle is as good as advertised, They flock and sell it out. If you have not purchased your custom private labeled bottle of Maker's Mark at Central City Liquors, do so today. You will not be disappointed. I drink a lot of bourbon in my life. I think it's the best bourbon I've ever had. I'm not exaggerating there.
It's fantastic.
It really
not
is.
overselling it. It's really, really, really good.
So get to Central City Liquors today. Get your Maker's Mark bottle. Just ask for the Todd, not the Todd Father bottle. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
My name's Gary Presnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat Norm. Norm knows football, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert.
Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Sean McFarland, Service Manager here at Mini of Des Moines. With Valentine's Day around the corner, if you're struggling to find the perfect way to show your Mini that you still care, please stop in so we can give it a look over and make sure that it's up to date on its preventative maintenance and repair. Please give us a call or schedule your appointment online at miniofdesmoines.com.
Hi, it's Noel. If you're thinking about popping the question, start with a jeweler you can trust. At Fiscus Jewelers, we offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, featuring stunning engagement rings and rare and forever natural diamonds, pre-screened with advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together, and our CAD drawings are always free. And when it's time to say I do, don't forget the guys. We offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Back to the Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Atlanta Coca-Cola Bottling Company is doing it again, folks. Doing it again. Back on the shelves, rebranded, tasted as good as ever. Mr. Pibb is back. I didn't know this, Ross. It wasn't being sold in stores since like 2021 or 2022. Mr. Pibb back on the shelves, made locally right here in Iowa. I don't hear you, buddy. Or, let me, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, good. I'm like, I can hear myself.
Yeah. You were just muted. Mr. Pibb back.
This is breaking soda news, dude.
Breaking soda news.
This is like Dee in Friday After Next, man. You're like you got that inside tip on the candy line. This is nice.
Yeah, I like Mr. Pibb.
This is a real callback, Trav. Because be honest with you, This is the side of Travis I haven't seen since he would buy a bag of sweet tarts and chow through those in a 9-minute period.
Chewy sweet tarts. It's
on that candy tip. I love it.
Yeah. So, and it's not called Pib Extra anymore. It's back. It's rebranded. It's Mr. Pibb, made locally in Atlantic.
I said Baby D, but I think Driftless is right. It's Day Day. Day Day was the one up on that candy tip.
Chris Conley just wrote in, by the way, we were talking about the basketball court. The new one they got at the Casey Center was $200K. So, again, the LED one, the glass floor, $2.5 million. You're not going to see a lot of those around unless you can really make good money off of it.
And maybe Chris could come on with us and talk to us about the sales pitch behind a $2 million court. How do you, can you obviously they've done the math to realize you can make that up in revenue, or just in, you're going to have volleyball and women's basketball and all these things, and you can flip a switch and the court is the way you need it to be. You're saving a lot of money and a lot of time, which in that business are the same thing. That it just seems crazy to me, and it really felt like an oversell on what the big announcement was going to be. Because
aren't most big announcements oversells?
Not always, man. No. When in this world of college sports, when I hear, hey, the Big 12 is going to make a game-changing announcement, in my mind, I honestly thought they're going to do the thing that they're going to become a super conference. The Big 12 is going to announce that they're adding 47 teams to the. I don't know. That's where my brain goes again. But
hear me out. Okay. If they wouldn't have said, "Hey, big announcement coming up, game changer for the Big 12," because you're thinking bigger things. If they would have not said a thing and all of a sudden said, "Hey, here's our court," we all would have been like, "That's freaking cool."
Yeah, we would have been like, "Oh, we've seen those things. That's really neat. They're going to do that." I really wonder what the practical use of it will be during the Big 12 tournament. And I'm also hoping, fingertips in the cracks of, maybe there is a bigger announcement coming. Maybe it wasn't just this court that they're.
I don't think it is, right? I think you're going to be disappointed. Disappointed.
I get disappointed a lot. Not the first time, not the last time. I'm going to be disappointed.
I didn't want to start the show with tragedy, but our hearts are going out to Iowa Lakes Community College. The baseball team was on a team bus yesterday heading to Arkansas, where they were going to play a baseball series in northern Arkansas. It was a one vehicle accident, flipped over. One person died. We don't know much about who that person is or was. Everybody else on the bus was injured in some way. Ross, 4 people were taken by helicopter to Des Moines. Others were taken to local hospitals. But, right away, my mind goes, and you're probably too young, maybe you're not, but the plane crash in Des Moines that carried the Iowa State cross country team, and you start going, no other vehicle was involved. How did this thing turn over? I can't imagine what that college community is going through. I can't imagine what that team is going through right now. Just a very, very sad situation that happened with Iowa Lakes Community College.
It's tragic, Travis. As you know, man, this is a worst nightmare for a parent. Your kid is out. What, man? Just tragic. These kids having fun. Young men
playing baseball,
living their life, man, at college age baseball players, and now bonded by a whole different type of thing. And really, really, really sad. It sounds like maybe lucky if there's only one person died, and if that's the case, the 4 others life flighted to Des Moines. From the article I read, at least, they were life flighted to Des Moines.
Yeah,
and it doesn't matter that when you get in the helicopters out there in rural Iowa to save people, you're on the brink.
Captain Kirk says Twin Lakes Corner, tough stretch of road if you don't know it, and I don't know it. But again, those buses are weird, man. They're top heavy. But I'm sure the Iowa State Patrol, which is investigating the accident, will have more coming out in the next couple of days of how this happened. But I didn't want to not talk about that because it's a big story. I mean, it was on the front page of ESPN.com. I mean, that's how big of a story it is when it goes national, and it happened right here in the state of Iowa. So again, our thoughts, prayers. Can't imagine having to go through that.
Yeah, so many families that. It's a tragic event in so many ways, but
Bruno's going to be coming up at 7:30. He'll be talking about what's going on at the Full Court Press establishments. I'm sure you guys will give a recap of last week's barrel age brunch that you participated in. But another thing that happened yesterday, Ross, and this was making national news, and people took the bait left and right. You have a state senator that wants to incentivize the ability for the Chicago Bears to build a stadium and bring the Bears to Iowa.
Yeah.
And I put on Twitter last night, I said, hey, just so everybody knows, the Bears ain't coming to Iowa. Okay. Y'all need to.
Why are you going to piss on the parade, man? Not with that attitude. They're not.
Dude, do these state senators have no effing clue on how professional teams work? You can offer the best tax incentives in the world. You can say, here's the stadium for free. You can do that. What does Iowa not have to support a professional team? What doesn't it have that Chicago has or a suburb of Chicago has?
People?
Money.
Oh, I thought you meant, 30 million people.
That and money.
So let me throw some stuff at you. What about Green Bay?
Green Bay is an anomaly in the world, and it took a long time for Green Bay to get to that. When I first started at WAOW TV in Wausau, Wisconsin, back in 1992, I was covering the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers were not playing all their home games at Lambeau Field. They would split their home games between Green Bay and County Stadium in Milwaukee. Why? Because they needed to get to a bigger freaking city with money to make it financially happen. And then the Packers, being the Packers, which are an outlier, were sitting on a boatload of cash when free agency opened up. They got Reggie White. They got Brett Favre from the Falcons, and that changed the trajectory. And they said, hey, we're going to make a commitment to play at Lambeau Field. And it became just one of those places. But in the grand scheme of things, you're talking about a football franchise that has been around for how many years? 100 years? Green Bay's got to be what, you got the Lions, you got the Bears, you got the Browns, the original Browns, which is now the Ravens. One of those old franchises that have been able to build that up. When we talk about baseball, what do we always say about Kansas City, Ross? It's a small market team. They can't compete. Great players have come in and out of Kansas City, but the money to keep an entire roster isn't what LA's made up of. It's not what the Yankees are made up of. It's not what the Mets are made up of. Supporting a football team of that size in the state of Iowa ain't going to work. You need corporate backing that has major, major money. It's not about the stadium. It's about selling the advertising in the stadium and getting the maximum for suites, for advertising, for all sorts of things. I don't know the financial numbers, but I would like to see what the Iowa Wild actually make running a hockey team in the state of Iowa and how much is supplemented from Minnesota. How about the Wolves? It's not easy, folks. And there ain't no way in the world the Bears are coming to Iowa, because people in Chicago aren't going to drive 2 hours west to watch a game. They'll sit in 2 hours of Chicago traffic. They're not driving 2 hours to the state of Iowa. They're not getting on the tollway. Not happening. and everybody's so excited. I watched Scott Docterman have conversations with people online, and I'm like, okay, I don't know why you're even engaging in this, because it's not happening. It's feel-good legislation. It's like, we can be somebody.
It's dude, it's fun to dream about is why they're doing it. But I think you're right. The real, when I saw this yesterday, I had the same reaction of like, come on. So and I'm glad that you walked through the Green Bay thing, because yeah, you're absolutely right. Green Bay was basically got grandfathered in and is lucky to have survived the 90s. The 90s when they were great. Travis, I didn't realize that they were playing in Milwaukee at County Stadium in what year did you have the slap fight in Wausau?
1993 was my first NFL game was 1993 Bears Eagles, I think, at County Stadium. And
County Stadium. So
which doesn't even exist anymore.
Whole different ball of wax, man. And now Green Bay is again grown into an animal. I have friends that drive from Des Moines up to Green Bay on the regular to go. Yeah. It's not a big deal to, on Saturday decide you're going up there for a game if they have access to those tickets. I did some just quick Google searching. I always thought, I was taught that Des Moines 300,000, Iowa 3 million, America 300 million. And those are rough numbers. Population. Iowa 3 million, Des Moines 300,000. So it's like 10%, 10%, 10%. So I did some quick searching in it, and right now they call the population of Des Moines to be just under that. It is, in fact, quite a bit under the 300,000. Population of Des Moines, approximately 210 to 214. Now, that doesn't include the metro. You include the metro, you get up closer to like 700,000.
Yeah.
Population of Green Bay, around 300,000. Now, again, when you do the actual numbers, it's about half the size of Des Moines. 100,000 people in Green Bay. They call it 300,000. Oh, that's long. What's the second smallest city that has an NFL team as far as population?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, if you go off what the actual city is and not the suburbs, I'm going to say Minneapolis.
You're really close there, Trav. Because Minneapolis actually is 3.7 million. There are ways they're bigger than several of them. It's New Orleans. Yeah. Jacksonville and Buffalo are right there with it. Jacksonville and Buffalo are similar.
And if you were going to do this, Des Moines would be the natural place. Well, you got Scott Webster, who's a state senator from Bettendorf, who goes, the logical place would be put this in the Quad Cities.
Every politician's going to say, where we should put this.
Yeah.
The exact opposite place we should put all of that low income and homeless housing. Not my backyard. But you want to put a stadium? Oh, yeah, we got ground for a state. You said something about the Bears. You said something about Bears. We got land for that. We got money for that.
There's a reason they're looking at Indiana, because it's not that far from Chicago. You're going to say, well, the Quad Cities aren't that far from Chicago. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Somebody asked earlier, wouldn't they have to approve a move? No, because it'd still be the Chicago Bears playing in the Quad Cities.
How about that? The Clinton Bears.
It wouldn't be the Clinton Bears, okay? That's not happening.
Quad Cities are Davenport, Bettendorf, Moline, and East Moline, which is like south of.
I have no idea.
Quad City. I don't know either. Why did we call it the Quad Cities if none of us could? Rock Island. Thank you, Driftless. Thank you, Driftless. Rock Island. Is there an East Moline? Isn't there?
There's an East St. Louis. There's got to be an East Moline.
Well, what, Travis? What is this? Why would I've got some ideas. Why does a politician do this? It's a waste of time.
It's a total waste of time. Kind of like the state senator we had on, or was it state congressman or a senator last year who wanted to put the bill in to bring college baseball back.
Oh,
It is feel good legislation to get people pumped up and go, God, we could be somebody. I could have been a contender. Look what I tried to fight for economic development in the state of Iowa. We wanted to build a stadium and attract the Chicago Bears to the state of Iowa, not knowing how a franchise operates. I bet they're over there in Chicago going, they're doing what?
This did not land on anyone's radar. I promise you that.
Because yesterday, the town in Indiana where they're thinking, they had a news conference. They had the stadium layout. They had the village that they're building. You go, oh, that makes sense. It's close to Chicago. It's going to revitalize that city, and you don't have to really go that far. You can spit on Indiana from Chicago.
Johnny says you can't score if you don't shoot. You're absolutely right. I mean, might as well throw it out there.
You're shooting in a gym by yourself.
I think that if, in my opinion, this is how this went down in the Bears office yesterday. One of the interns was like, "Hey, boss, have you heard about Iowa?" And the boss said, "What's Iowa?" That's how that went down. He went, "Never mind."
Do we take this all the way to the top? Do we take this upstairs and show them that they're going to bend over?
Yeah. And Johnny, I knew you were joking. Johnny says, "Hey, I'm joking about the shooting your shot." I know, but here's what I think this is. You're right. It's feel good legislation. This is the problem we have with like politics and even in corporations and business. Everybody's got to put their thumb. Everybody's got to leave their mark. Everybody's got to be able to stand up and go, you know what I did? I'm the guy that got Paul McCartney out of Wings. I'm the guy that I'm the Bears to Iowa guy.
Okay.
All right. Yep. And now we'll spend time and ink and money and all that on it. And it is, as far as like the Doctorman thing, and I love Doc too. That's fun. I love having it's fun to dream. It's fun to talk to people about, man, is this even a possibility? Could this happen? And he's got good connections. And if Doc's got guys that are going, this actually could happen, I'm interested.
He wasn't going down that route. It was more of a fight of, is Iowa a college in a minor league state, or would they support, and we're a college.
That's a different conversation.
Yeah.
What impact would that have if we won the lottery? What impact would it have? I mean, there are states that, look at Ohio, but Ohio's got way bigger population.
I mean,
states that can sustain both college and pro are rare.
Yeah, but you're talking about Columbus is a big city.
That's what I'm saying.
Cincinnati's
Ohio's got huge towns.
There's a reason. There's a reason their electoral map means something every 4 years, because they got people.
Cleveland and Cincinnati both have over 2 million people just on the list that I'm looking at. They're right in the middle of.
And isn't Columbus the biggest city in Ohio?
That I do not know. Remember we talked about how bad I am with cities.
That's true. Geography and stuff like that is not your forte.
I'm still embarrassed by my performance of just trying to write down all 50 states. Just take a piece of paper and try to go 1 through 50.
I hear it over here in Omaha because everybody likes football here, right? We could have an NFL team. No, you can't. You have a state of 1.7 million people. You cannot support an NFL team, especially when you have one in Kansas City that's 3 hours away. Not happening. You built a stadium for college baseball that gets used once a year. That's it. Maybe I should be more excited about this.
Dreamer's dream, Trav. Dreamer's dream.
And maybe that's why I live paycheck to paycheck.
I saw the article from the article that I read Was just very quick. It was from CBS2Iowa.com. I don't know what that is. But it's from out of Des Moines, Iowa. And then one of the great lines is, supporters of the bill say bringing an NFL team to Iowa could boost jobs, tourism, and economic growth.
Could.
Supporters say a bill bringing an NFL team to Iowa could boost jobs, tourism, and economic growth. I don't know why. I'm glad I find humor in. Eli's girlfriend yesterday told me that I'm not funny.
I think you're funny.
Thanks, Travis. I needed to hear that. Right to my face. Right to my face.
You know, you should have said, here's what you should have said. You should have looked her in the eye and said, listen here, Missy, you're not pretty.
Oh, Jesus, Travis. She only told me that because Eli put her up to it.
And that's what, if he put her up to it, you just say, you're not pretty.
I told her about how funny I am. I was telling her about how when I go out to eat and the waitresses all think I'm hilarious. All the waitresses do this really funny eye roll with me when I say jokes. I always get this half-hearted, heartless chuckle. You watch their soul leave their body when I say stupid things to them. And I was telling her about it, and I was like, you're not going to believe how funny I am. I cracked up this waitress the other day, and she's a waitress, and she's like, Ross, I hate when people do that. And then I went outside, came back in, and she said, hey, you're not funny. And I thought, it ruined me.
Wow, I think you're funny, man. Hey, if you're looking for a mortgage for your house you're about ready to purchase, Gary Presnell is the man to call at 515-975-6767. Why? Because he offers a variety of loans, from first-time buyer loans, VA, FHA, and IFA, and conventional and new construction loans, and approvals are done locally by Northwest Bank, and it can be done in 30 minutes or less, off hours, weekends. Gary's been the state of Iowa's top-producing mortgage banker the past 8 years. So get your mortgage with Gary Presnell.
Dude knows his stuff. Doesn't take long. First step of buying your home.
Justin Miller's going to hop in and take my place for the next hour. I got to head to work. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
More Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
I'm Steve Linger, Service Director here at Willis Nissan. February is here, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Love is in the air. It's time to give your car some love. Take advantage now until April 30th. Buy 3 tires and get the 4th for $1. Go online today at willisnissan.com or give us a call to schedule your tire installation.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Oh, you got it. Welcome back to the Rush Radio. Glad to have you along. As you can see, a 3-man show for a moment here. Owen, thanks for hopping in for us, buddy. How are you, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
I see Justin every day, so I don't get to catch up with you nearly as often. Are you going to hang out with us? You just here to kind of produce the show and run things for us?
I can hang out with you.
All right. Bruno's going to be on with us here in about a half hour or so. We'll get into some nonsense because that's way more fun for me. Justin, thank you for hanging out with us for this final hour while Travis,
of course,
tends to the real stuff there. Anything that I wanted to kind of get into just hoops with you. Did you watch the Hawks last night?
Yeah. That's a tough one.
Man. Yeah, just never had any flow. One of those games where Stirtz is the only guy that's able to hit anything. Just a tough night, man. Tough to see the Hawks take a bad loss to a bad team.
That is the game that I think fans had when Ben McCollum got hired, like the worst nightmare, where you're like, it's just Bennett Stirtz. And then Tavion Banks put up, I think, 13.
Yeah,
he had a
game. Shouldn't scoff at it. It's not enough. Yeah, it's not enough when he's the only other guy. Those are the only 2 guys that get into double digits. And you're just requiring way too much out of Stirtz with it. So the tough.
But yeah, that's how I kind of took it watching it. Where I'm not panicking whatsoever. It's a bad loss, but it is one where you go, that's the worst case scenario where Bennett puts up 32 or whatever he had, and that was it.
Your Drake Bulldogs need to right the ship here, man. 4 straight losses for Hendo and the boys. Tonight it is a home game, right? UIC at the Knapp Center.
Okay. And UIC is a very talented team. The way I explain UIC to people who don't get to watch the Valley as often or watch UIC basketball, it reminds me a lot of those like Hoiberg Cyclone teams where the defense isn't fantastic, but man, they're just going to go up and down the floor for 40 minutes as fast as possible, launch 33s, and everybody can play at just about any position. They're very versatile. They can spread the floor. They caused a lot of trouble for Drake in January, and I have a gut feeling it's going to be a tough one again tonight, just because the defense for Drake is not where it needs to be. There's been limited adjustments on that end of the ball. The offense, we're seeing adjustments, and they're getting off to quicker starts. The defense, every team they've played in this 4-game losing streak has shot well above their average in three-point percentage.
It's 3-point percentage. Yeah. They've lost, with the exception of that Belmont game, which they lost 103-90. Every one of these games has been in the 80s, in the 70s, struggling to get enough points, struggling to lock down defense enough. And then you've got that's tonight. You play UIC, and then you start a tough stretch to end the season. I mean, tonight starts the tough stretch because it's Northern Iowa this weekend.
Yeah, Sunday at 2:00
Sunday.
on CBS
That's why it was
Sports.
throwing me off. It's Sunday at 2:00 because it didn't seem like that was Saturday, so thank you. Sunday at 2. That first one up in Cedar Falls, and you're headed up to the McLeod Center, right?
Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't been there before, so that would be cool.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some weird. Have either of you guys been paying attention to the Olympics at all?
No, but did you see my link I sent you just before the show started?
I did not.
It's a tweet from, I think it was just like great moments in sports. And it was, so it's saying
it's from Super 70s Sports. If you don't follow Super 70s Sports, you should on Twitter X, because they just send out funny stuff. That might actually be the account, Justin, where I found the story about the balloon boy from the
you want to do
NFL,
your impression again?
From the Vikings game, when he was like, he came out of the water. It was like, he's 11-year-old boy about to die in a freezing river, but he didn't, so it's funny.
It's now my contact photo for whenever Ross calls me. It's like, get him.
You see the side by side of me with the kid. It's a really good impression.
It is
a really good impression. This one I saw this morning on Super 70 Sports, and it's an old curling video from the 70s.
Yeah. And it's like, what's more badass than curling today? It's curling in 1970, where they have lung darts going. There's
dudes
smoking.
Burning a heater on. He like puts the heater in Owen, and he's like, slides 2 hands on the stone, just letting the heater flop around. Rush. And then did you notice it in the video also, Justin? Because they've got the brooms, right? And the brooms, and you brush the broom as fast as you can, and then that melts the ice a little bit, and it makes the stone slide. We all know how curling works. Did you see the mop? Did you see the mops that they were using?
Aren't they just real brooms?
It looks like mops. It's not. It's a totally different. Yeah, they are. They're like, it is. So anyway, a lot more skill involved back then. You had to burn the lung darts. Stay focused.
I love it. Oh, and I kind of jumped in. Have you been watching the Olympics at all?
No, I haven't. But the darts, the cigarette thing kind of makes me laugh, because we were watching the Super Bowl, and Joe Namath came on, and Lizzie was kind of asking, like, who is that and stuff. And I said, yeah, I used to play in the NFL, but that's like cigarettes and Coca-Cola at halftime NFL, not like we know it now.
And unfortunately, not what Joe Namath. What I thought you were going to say is he used to play in the NFL, but it's not what he's known for anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's so pretty. I want to kiss you.
I did bring that up too. Yeah.
That when you said, that's the first thing I think of, unfortunately. And I'm not old enough to remember him playing, but I'm certainly, that was how he was introduced to me, was as a NFL superstar. The guy with all the moxie that took the Jets to the Super Bowl, you know what I mean? All the ladies loved him. And then, I will kiss you. It's so pretty.
Who was the Chiefs quarterback that's on the Sports Illustrated cover where he is smoking the cigarette?
Is it Len Dawson?
That sounds right.
There are, you guys want to go down a rabbit hole? You're both in front of a computer right now.
Yeah.
Google Fred Biletnikoff. Okay. Biletnikoff. All right. And do a quick image search of Fred Biletnikoff. Because there are photos of Fred Biletnikoff where he looks like he is 45 years old. Just got off. Oh, and you work with dudes that look like this. There are guys on the job site right now laying cinder block that look like Fred Biletnikoff. Okay. Guys, in those photos that you're looking at right now, where he looks like he just came off the assembly line, he's like 25.
He's my age.
He's like 20. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, Justin. That's a good way to look at it. Rev's right. All-time badass. All-time badass. But
you kind of have to be to play on one of those Raiders teams. You had to have a screw loose, I feel like, in those 70s and 80s to play with for Madden.
I think it didn't matter which team it was. You had to be a.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do the helmets help make you look scarier too? When it's just, we talked about this last week, like the 1 bar, the 2 bars, it looks like it's barely on your head.
I think what makes Biletnikoff look like such a badass is that it was the game that they were playing. Every picture of him, he looks like he's been through war. I mean, he's beat up, right? Because you had guys like Dick Nitrain Lane coming 40-yard sprint and clotheslining you. You want to catch the ball? This is what you get. So I don't think it was just the Raiders, but it's wild to see. A friend of mine sent me that the other day. It was like my buddy John Olson sent it to a group. He's like, this photo of Fred Biletnikoff, he's 25 years old in this picture. He looks 50. I just got a text from a friend. He's like, hey, I just pulled up a picture of Fred Biletnikoff. Are you sure that's not Reverend Ray?
I can see that.
He does. He does. So, Rev, there you go, man. Everybody thinks you look like a badass.
You look like a badass.
Look like badass Fred Biletnikoff. That should have been his nickname.
Like 40 years of cigarettes and alcohol and sun exposure, and just makes you look older, I guess.
I have not been really watching the Winter Olympics. It hasn't grabbed on to me at all.
I saw snowboards last night at a restaurant, and that was the first I'd seen.
Did you watch it?
I mean, it was on the TV at the restaurant.
So no, so it was on. It was occupying light and space, but you weren't.
Yeah, I saw him doing flips and stuff on there.
Yeah, the snowboarding doesn't do it for me because to me, snowboarding is still like an X Games thing, and I feel like the Winter Olympics just kind of grabbed onto some of those X Games, those popular X Games things. The one that I've said this, that I anytime there's like luge, skeleton, bobsled, I can get sucked in to watching that. And then just instinctively, if the Jamaican bobsled team is on, I'm rooting for them. That's how brainwashing. That's how cool brainwashing runnings and conditioning works when you're a kid. That's right. I'm going to root for them. There has been some interesting ones. I told your dad the other day, Owen, I really like biathlon. Biathlon is a lot of fun. That's the one where they cross country ski and then shoot
things.
Right. I think if you're like, that's real badassery, right? You got to be able to cross country ski and then lay down and snipe 5 different targets. I want you on my team.
For sure.
Except for the lady that won gold this year. You don't want her on your team. She was crowned given the gold medal. Her name is Julia Simon. Won the gold medal 4 months after being banned for stealing from her teammate. 4 months ago, she got caught stealing a credit card from her teammate. She ran up about a little over $1,000. Like, what was it? I think it was about $1,300. Got caught. Doesn't say. She doesn't even remember it. She says, I can't explain it. I don't remember doing it. I can't make sense of it. Okay. Here's why this story is kind of interesting. The lady that she stole the credit card from finished 3rd. I don't know why I found that one funny too. I'm glad you guys chuckled as well. I was like, oh.
That's awesome.
You stole from me, and now you get you're on the gold medal stand in front of me. That's
so what does she think? She had like a lapse or something. Or is what is this related to? Why doesn't she remember doing it?
I have read to you about what the entire story from says. The rest of the article is basically about her winning. She admitted that she was well, no, I'm sorry. Oh, gosh, again, it basically goes on to the competition. This is where it caught me off guard. Her name it says what am I reading here? It says she admitted she was willing to commit social suicide in a bid to win her back. What is? Oh, wait, is this the guy that cheated? That must be the guy. I scrolled down too far, and now I'm into the guy that cheated. Did you guys see? We talked about that. I'm sorry. I was like, what the hell? How'd this change? Were they lovers too? Oh my god. Well, and how did her last name change from the beginning to the end of the
if
story?
they were lovers, we would have heard the story from Trav. Trav would have had this one down.
Hey, what? I walked down here and I'm like, who the hell is sitting? What do you think of the new digs on his face?
Oh, the glasses. I like him. What do you think? I like odd glasses, but people were making fun of him. Somebody said he went to the store and got the Urkel glasses.
Yeah, I could see that. I kind of, when he was looking on the website, I was kind of like, hey, maybe not those ones. But here he is. So I don't know.
I didn't think Urkel. I thought, remember the kids cartoon? Arnold, is that it? The animal one where he's got the glasses, the sweater.
They look like they're designed to be helpful and not falling off your face, like they're goggles almost. I don't know. I'm not a big fan, to be honest with you.
When a couple of people have mentioned the name Sally Jesse Raphael. Do you guys remember? Do you guys know the name Sally Jesse Raphael?
No, I'm looking it up.
All right, Sally Jesse Raphael, but then doesn't look like those. I had Sally Jesse Raphael glasses when I was like 11. Giant red frames, like burgundy or red, and they covered my cheeks. I don't know why. I had glasses that were for a person with a much larger face than mine, but I did.
Arthur. That's the character I think.
Arthur.
Yeah, not Arnold.
Because Arnold is. I thought you were talking about Hey Arnold for a second.
Yeah, that's like. I knew it was
Arthur on
oh my
PBS
gosh.
there.
I think that's what I was seeing the whole time.
Wow. Justin, I thought it was. I was picturing that Andrew Zimmern guy that I said earlier.
Bizarre Foods.
When Travis was saying, I really want to get the ones with the round, and I saw that and on his face, I'm like, oh, that looks like that one food dude.
Travis is about to eat like cow balls or something. Bizarre Foods, man.
Yeah.
You never
the Arthur one. I didn't watch Bizarre Foods. I don't know that one.
Oh, dude, my mom watched everything on Food Network. So growing up, there's always Gordon Ramsay screaming in the house. And then once in a while, I'd get sucked into Bizarre Foods where he's like, I'm going to eat this cow liver. I'm going to eat this tarantula. And you're like, disgusting. I can't look away.
When Bruno gets on with us here in about 15 minutes, we need to ask him about this. I wonder if Bruno ever watches the Kitchen Nightmare shows. Is it too close? And I'm not saying too close to home, their kitchens are nightmares. I mean, is it you live in the restaurant business? The last thing you want to do for fun is get bad ideas on restaurants that are failing and not doing it. I don't know. I wonder if that has ruined his ability to watch those shows.
I feel like Kitchen Nightmares, it's all fake. I've always thought it was over dramatized.
Well, it's got to be because they put dude. Every reality TV show is fake.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the cash cab thing? Did I talk about that on the air?
No, don't ruin Cash Cab for me. Don't ruin. Okay, ruin it.
Before I ruin Cash Cab, I'll ruin something near and dear to other people's hearts so you don't feel. I had to break Audrey's heart the other day because we were driving and listening to the radio and they went into one of those. All right, when we get back, we're gonna talk to Becky and Steve, and they went on a first date, and you're not gonna believe how it went down. And then they come back from the break as we're driving to school, and this lady's like, "Oh yeah, the date was weird, and it was kind of." And they're like, "Well, we've got Steve on the line too, and Steve's gonna tell his side." We've all heard this bit, right? Those are all actors. Those are all actors. Those are all stand-up comedians in other communities. So a radio station in Des Moines reaches out to Tucson and gets a list of local actors and local voice, and then they just send them the script. So those things are all fake.
Has Bill ever done that for a different radio station?
515-517-2303.
That'd be sick if he did. I want to hear it.
The thing I want to tell you about Cash Cab, I listened to a Jim Brewer podcast. So, Owen, do you know Cash Cab?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Loved that show, man. Ben Bailey. And he would be the cab would pull up and it would be, people would be standing there waiting for a cab in New York City. And when they got in, he'd find out where they were going. And then the lights, the inside thing would light up and you were part of a game show.
Yep.
And it was a trivia game show and you could win money. And there were all sorts of little fun things as Ben Bailey's driving you through New York City and you're in the back seat firing off on questions, right? They were all actors.
Okay.
All of them.
Wow.
All of them. There was never a person standing there waiting to get a cab that climbed into a cab and the lights went off and they went, oh, cool. Never. They were all
that's a good point.
They were all actors.
I was in my head first. I'm like, why not pick up some real people? Why always do the actors? But then you pick up someone who needs to get somewhere in a cab. And they're like, hey, pull over.
Hurry.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this red light challenge.
Yeah, I mean, again, you hear it and then you start to think about it and you go, oh, yeah. And think of how many just completely insane people they would pick up.
Right.
Think of how many people they picked up that didn't know an answer to a single question.
Right.
And were clueless.
And also don't care. Yeah, they'd just be like, oh, I didn't get the question right.
Right.
You have a chance to win money. Woo! Like, no one's doing that. They're going, what the hell is happening?
In New York City, do you know how many people you'd pick up where $500 meant nothing to them?
Yeah.
They were like, I win how much? Keep it. You obviously need it more than me, Ben Bailey.
That honestly didn't ruin it. I think all of us deep down knew, like, yeah, these are probably actors. So
I didn't. I'll be honest. I didn't.
How'd you find that out?
I was listening to you got Jim Brewer. He's the guy that was. Oh, okay, yeah. I like Jim Brewer. He's all right. But there was the thing
from SNL. We're talking about the same guy.
Yeah, same guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Goat Boy. Yeah.
Goat Boy. Remember he did the goat thing? That's all I can remember from Jim Brewer. And then he was in Half Baked.
That's where I know him from. Yeah.
Fully, man.
I'm not gonna do what we think I'm gonna do. And flip out.
Freak out. Yeah, he sees the nipple. That's a Fully, man. That's a Fully. He was doing a podcast and talking about various things. Oh, I know what it is. He's talking about he had been on Kill Tony, and he was reminiscing about this fun thing that he was a part of when he was in when he was doing stand-up comedy, that he and his buddies would basically do several open mics in a night. And by a 1:00 open mic, there's not very many people there. You're kind of performing for each other. And so they started having fun with it. One of the guys that was in that group was Ben Bailey. And so as he's reminiscing the story and he's talking about how incredibly talented Ben Bailey is, he goes, oh, don't let me forget to tell the Cash Cab story. And then he goes on. He's like, we did this really fun thing where we would do other people's bits. Where basically at 1:00 show, it's just us comedians. So you'd get up and you'd do your favorite comedians' bits. And then another guy came up with the idea of like doing other comedians' bits as another comedian. So he's like, I'm going to do a Steve Martin bit, but I'm going to do it as Bill Cosby.
Nice.
And it was just like, it was really fun and weird. And, it wasn't for anybody but us. And he's like, and Ben Bailey would do this thing. And then he goes, don't let me forget to tell the Cash Cab story. And then I listened for this thing for like 30 minutes. The whole time I'm like, tell the Cash Cab story. Because I do that. I'm like, oh, don't let me forget to talk to you guys about the bump on your left arm. And then a month later, I'm like, oh, we never talked about the left arm mole. So the whole time I'm like, tell the Ben Bailey story, tell the Cash Cab story. And essentially what happened was they had a producer that wanted to be an actor. And he went and got his Screen Actors Guild card or whatever it is. He got an agent, got his headshots done, and instantly landed a job. And they were like, whoa, dude, this is not how this works. And he's like, yeah, I'm supposed to go meet this television producer, and I'm guaranteed TV time on this bit. And Jim Brewer's like, hey man, that's not the way it works. Something weird's going on here. We're going to send a camera crew with you on this adventure because we think you're getting duped into something. And the guy shows up and they say, all right, here's the deal. You guys are going to stand here on this platform. Cab's going to pull up. You're going to hop in. You're going to play a trivia game with the guy inside the cab. Well, Ben Bailey had been on this radio show because he and Jim Brewer were buddies. So he knew the producer. So when the producer hopped in the back seat and Ben Bailey saw him, he's like, we can't do this. And that was there. And he said, we basically were contacted by the producers and promised not to tell the story until Cash Cab went off the air. Cash Cab went off the air in 2019.
See, I wonder how often that actually happened too, because, you know, at some point I feel like the endless stream of unknown actors and comedians runs out and you just get these people
it doesn't.
I don't know.
Oh, and I know 50 in Des Moines you've never seen. In Des Moines.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I was part of a little comedy troupe that did stuff. I've been around enough.
You were in a comedy troupe?
Yeah. I loved
it. Improv?
Not improv. Never did improv. I'm not that quick.
Oh.
I had to have other people write the stuff for me. Brilliant guy named John Donovan wrote these incredible bits. Some of them would really be radio friendly. We could absolutely turn them into podcasts or like animated shorts. Brilliantly funny.
Where would you do these things at?
Local theaters, the Stoner Studio down inside the Civic Center, where now the Des Moines Performing Arts Center. The Franklin Middle School had a couple of different theaters that we could perform in.
So he would essentially write bits, like little short plays, and
like,
you guys would
like a little
out.
SNL thing. Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you.
Ones. Oh man. I was telling Eli about these the other day because he was asking me about like what were some of he wrote one that was like a Disney. You were at a Disney cruise and the Disney characters were coming out, but the funny was behind the scenes, Mickey's an asshole. Mickey is like he's like an overbearing boss. He's a micromanager. Mm-hmm. And so out in the, out in front, Goofy's and he gets back and Mickey's like, you stupid son of a bitch. I told you not to do this. I put a bullet in your head of you. Fun stuff. I promise. Really, really fun. Anyway, when we get back, Bruno going to help us wrap up. Justin, we got to talk about a couple things with Bruno. One of those being last weekend was the Barrel Aged Brunch. Seemed like a huge success. We'll kind of get the wrap up of that. Look forward to the next events. And I am curious about if Bruno at all watches those food shows. Can he even enjoy them? That and all the other breaking news with Owen Justice, Justin Miller, and me, Ross Peterson. It's The Rush on therushradio.com.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
This is Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Okay. And you said it makes that noise every time you accelerate? Got it. Right. And does it happen only when it's cold out, or does it also happen after you've warmed up for a little bit? And how does that make you feel? Is your car feeling a little down this February? Come on down to Willis Volvo Cars and we'll get her feeling good. To schedule an appointment, give us a call or go online to willisvolvocars.com.
Hey, Tanner with Liberty Lawn and Landscape here. It may be chilly now, but before you know it, spring will be here. We are now booking for spring, so get a hold of us to schedule your next project today. Serving the Des Moines Metro, we specialize in a variety of services such as retaining walls, paver patios, edging and rocking, and much more. now offering 3D renderings to show you exactly how your project will look before beginning. Liberty is proudly veteran-owned and ready to serve you today.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiscus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbock to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Your wife wants flowers. The Range Rover needs an oil change. Just like every relationship needs maintenance, so does your vehicle. Let Land Rover Des Moines help out with that with $25 off an oil change. Give us a call or schedule online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Welcome back to The Rush here on therushradio.com. Glad to have you along. As you can see, Travis not with us. He was with us for that 6 o'clock hour this morning and had some work stuff to tend to here in the 7 o'clock hour. So Justin Miller jumped in a little bit early. Owen is hanging out with us to make sure we stay on the rails. And Bruno hopefully going to be hopping on with us here for the last half hour of our Thursday afternoon, as he usually does. You did miss some of the Hawkeye chatter. We kind of broke that game down in the 6 o'clock hour. If you got a chance, go back and listen to that. Justin, it was a game that you were able to watch as well. Just a tough night. Hawks never got anything going. Bennett Stirtz required to do too much against a bad Maryland team. And it's a tough loss for the Hawkeyes. It's just that no other way to put it but a bad loss.
Yeah, and you nailed it. It was all Bennett. It's all he put up 30 plus, and you had Tavion, I think, with 13, and that was it. And the bench, I think, only scored a total of 10 points combined. So if it was just, like I mentioned, a worst case scenario for Hawkeye fans.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not panicked. That doesn't really affect much moving forword.
It's gonna as they go to rank the teams, it's gonna show up as one of those black marks, and it's there's not a lot of other ways to put it than that's a bad loss, and it's one that's going to affect you if they're trying to decide between two teams. It's one of the things that's going to show up on your blackboard.
If there's one thing though, Ben McCollum is really good at, it's not letting a bad loss snowball. Like they'll be fine moving forward.
I'm glad our listeners pay attention. My buddy Randy just sent me a text. He says, "Hey, Bruno's in Mesa." So Bruno won't be on with us for the final half hour of the show. So I'm sure he told us and we forgot all about it. Randy, thank you so much for keeping us in the loop on that. That's okay, because we got some other stuff I wanted to share with you guys. Any interest in baseball at all by either one of you yet? I mean, I know it's February 12th. It's really early. No.
I'm still riding high off of the Super Bowl. So yeah, baseball.
Somebody said earlier that duh. Justin. Somebody wrote in earlier and said Justin's going to have that Seahawks cap surgically removed from his.
I saw that.
I had a Drake one on yesterday or Monday, but yes, I don't think. The other day I was like, I need to throw the Steve Largent jersey into the wash. Megan's like, do you? They just won the Super Bowl, and I was like, I love you.
Are you doing? I mean, like we always joked about. I've got it somewhere here. 1996, Yankees won the World Series for the first time in my life, and as a conscious person, and that Sports Illustrated, as soon as Charlie Hayes catches out number 3 of the ninth inning, Yankee fans, for $79.99, you can have a leather embossed Sports Illustrated that's all about your 1996 World Series champions. And of course, I'm like racing to my phone to order Sports Illustrated. Are there things like that anymore? I mean,
they have like a history of the 2025 Seattle Seahawks, like through the Seattle Times. You can order that. I'm thinking of grabbing. I did order a JSN jersey, I think, about an hour after the Seahawks won the Super Bowl.
Okay, all right.
So that's ordered. I probably will get more stuff. It's just it's so expensive. A hat is like $79.99. It's just crazy expensive.
Just wait.
Well, I think that's what we're going. Like my dad and I were talking about it. Of like, great thing about football is it doesn't kick off again until August, so there has to be like off-season deals that'll pop up.
Just wait. Listen, I'm a little bit excited about baseball, and in a kind of a weird way, but I saw this story. One of the Barstool guys were talking about this. I was on a podcast last week talking baseball with our buddy Andrew Brown, and looking at where the financials of Major League Baseball are, it's insane. It's insane. Right now, the Dodgers are projected. I don't have this stuff up in front of me, but I'm in the ballpark here. They're projected to spend around $160 million in luxury tax. They're going to cut a check to Major League Baseball for $160 million just as a luxury tax on their north of $400 million roster. That $160 million tax bill is larger than 13 teams' salaries.
I was going to ask that, yeah.
13 teams don't even spend as much money on their team in a year as the Dodgers are cutting as a bill to have the roster that they have. And it's only getting worse. And so I don't know what I don't know that a salary cap is necessarily even the fix, because they've got a salary cap and they just race over the top of it. Berger asks a really good question about that Dodgers salary, because a lot of it is deferred. We all know that this is that Barry Bonds, that Bobby Bonilla trick that the Mets are kind of famous for. We've talked about this. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of that deferred payment thing happening. And now there's no better example than Shohei Ohtani. And the Dodgers are allowed to push that money all down the hill and then continue to buy the best talent that's available and undercut all the other teams in baseball. Not undercut them. That's the wrong way to say it.
But how's that deferred payment work? I mean, so you're basically saying we'll get you in 5 years, and then
50.
And then it doesn't count towards their salary cap?
Exactly right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because what is Shohei? What is his again? It's like his deferred is over 10 years, I think.
Oh, yeah. I'll see if I can find the details on that quickly, because it's wild. Just quick AI search. Shohei Ohtani signed a record-breaking 10-year, $700 million contract. Contract features 2 extreme deferrals, with $680 million of the $700 million being paid between 2034 and 2043. resulting in a $2 million annual salary from 2024 till 2033.
Baseball, like, we're past the point of like it getting fixed, right? It's just there's nothing that's going to change this. Salary cap, I think I'm with you. It's not going to do it help, but it wouldn't solve the issues.
I don't know what the solve is, Justin. I really don't. And Johnny says, well, there's going to be a work stoppage in 2027. That I don't even know if something like that, Johnny, even it allows for enough of a reset to put this thing back on the tracks. And I want to be clear here, and because this is a fair question. You guys see me drinking out of my Yankees mug every day. Sean wrote in and said, hey, as a Yankees fan, does it bother you you're getting outbid? I want to be really clear about something here. I'm a baseball fan first and a Yankees fan second. When I was a kid, I loved history. I loved reading about baseball. And man, most of these books back here are Babe Ruth and Joe DiMaggio and Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra, because they were the guys that most of the stories were about. So I just kind of became a de facto Yankee fan. And then Don Mattingly was my favorite player growing up. So the Yankees were, I hated that the Yankees had that reputation of just outbidding everybody. And I thought that it actually diminished what they had as a dynasty. They'd really built a fantastic group of guys that they kept together for a long time. That was really cool. So then they started throwing money at Giambi and Clemens and all those other guys. That wouldn't. I never liked that.
Is the and I can't remember the guy's name. Billy Bean. Is the Billy Bean strategies not working anymore?
That's a really good question, Owen. The cynical side of me would say no, and that again got lucky. The understated part of the Billy Bean thing was talent. That they had the right dudes, man, at the right time. Mm-hmm. And really fun analytics stuff to dive into. And I do think the movie, kind of dramatizes that in one side, makes Noah, what's it?
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. Thank you.
Yeah.
Makes Jonah Hill look like he was kind of the genius and all that. He is the Bill James character in that. Bill James was great, and then took that and applied it to other organizations, and they did really well. But that idea of we can find this talent and get it at a cheap price, and now as soon as that talent is found using that same system, the money is right behind it.
So really, the discrepancies between the rich teams and the poor teams is too great.
It's incredible now. You can have these Cinderella stories in baseball. Yeah. You're going to have a team that pops up and the Reds are going to scare you. And, the Brewers, look at the Brewers. Nobody would say, oh my gosh, all that money floating around Milwaukee. So you can have teams that do it, but it becomes really difficult when the big guys can do all the same math.
Yeah,
in baseball, the way that the Dodgers kind of broke the system about 5-6 years ago, there were all of these weird stories about free agents getting the exact same offers from teams. Agents started to think that there was collusion happening in Major League Baseball. In fact, I think there was even a lawsuit where an agent came out and said something ain't right here. We're getting the exact same contracts from multiple teams. That shouldn't be happening. And all the teams came out and said, because we're using the same formula.
Oh.
We're all doing the same math. You pitch this many innings, you're this good. We all know your every metric.
They all have the same Excel spreadsheet going.
We got every metric. Yeah, we all have the exact same spreadsheet, and when we hit total, it comes to 4 years at $1.93 million. And so we send that offer over and you go, wait a minute, they're talking to each other. They're all coming up and saying, no, they're all just doing the exact same math. Well, the Dodgers came in and broke it and said, well, if you're all doing X, we're just going to do X plus. And then we'll get the guys. And they have they have an amazing farm system, which then becomes a self-feeding machine.
For sure.
Now you've got the young guys that everybody wants. They're going to come in and give you the talent trade. So you not only can you get the best free agents, now you've got the best bait in the water for all of the trades that are going to be floating around. So is it jealousy? Is it just like, oh man, I wish it were the Yankees? They're a part of that.
I think every team would. I mean,
part of that.
I bitch and complain about it, but if the Cubs were doing it, I would love it. Give me 10 World Series appearances in the last 10 years. I think every sport does this, but baseball, it's really exaggerated where you are going to have those small market teams get dangerous, have their runs. I mean, the Blue Jays were just in the World Series, almost beat the Dodgers. You're going to have those, but it does really feel like you have your one chance. And then as soon as the whole nation sees how good these players are and they don't win a title, they're like, well, there was their chance, because now the Dodgers and the Yankees, all those big market teams are going to go after their best players. And you're going to have to start from scratch again.
Yep. I pulled up the numbers here so that I could get it right. Dodgers tax bill estimated here in 2026 is $149 million. That $149 million tax bill is greater than 12 teams' entire salaries. This might surprise you. The highest of those 12 teams at the highest of those teams at $147 million. They only need to spend another $2 million and they'll get over the top of the Dodgers tax bill. Is the Cincinnati Reds. The next team is the Oakland A's, which I would have thought the Oakland A's were the lowest payroll in all of baseball. They're not. They're about 10. They're about 10 teams below the A's. Those teams include the Milwaukee Brewers, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Minnesota Twins, St. Louis Cardinals, Colorado Rockies, Tampa Bay Rays, Chicago White Sox, Washington Nationals, Cleveland Guardians, and the Miami Marlins. Miami Marlins salary tax payroll for 2026, $78 million. Dodgers are 400. Their payroll this year will be $401 million.
Wow.
And again, that's only $2 million for Shohei Ohtani. $2 million for Shohei. $401 million on the other rest of the roster. Mets are second at 369. Yankees third at 333 million.
Mets with 369, and they're having to scrape that team.
lots of time to talk baseball. I just thought it would be that I was chatting about it the other day. I didn't know if anybody else was starting to care about it, and doesn't sound like it. Doesn't seem like it. You shouldn't. By the way, it's February. And we have at least two tournament teams. One that's going to be playing for a 2-3 seed right now in the Cyclones. Hawkeyes right now, Justin, I have not looked at bracketology to see what last night's loss is going to do to them. My fear, obviously, is that it pushes them even closer to that kind of 8-9 conversation that you really want to avoid, because there are elite
that's
teams.
where they've been floating around for like the whole month.
I really thought they could play up to that, like a 7. I really do think they can.
I think they could.
Can they still? Can they still? What I'm going back to their schedule right now. I had it up in front of me. I apologize. I want to see what. Here's what's coming up, buddy. Oh, bud. Oh, bud. Oh, bud.
They have Purdue Saturday. I know.
Four of your last 7 games are against top 15 teams. You play it's Purdue on Saturday, 4:00 on Fox. That'll be a fun Valentine's Day for you, huh? Huh? Nebraska next week. And those are both home games. And then it's at Wisconsin, Ohio State, at Penn State. Win all 3 of those. Final 2 games of the year are home against Michigan and at Nebraska. So a lot of opportunity there, Justin, to play your way up. Those are significant wins if you grab on to. I mean, if you, I hate to say win out. You win 6 of those 8. Let's say you lose one of the games to Nebraska and you lose to Michigan. That gives you a win over Purdue, a win over Nebraska. I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's enough.
As of right now on Bracket Matrix, they have Iowa as a projected 7 seed. And that was updated today.
I'll take it. End the season. Close the door. So in order to maintain that 7 seed, maybe you can, maybe that's what that looks like. You can lose one of those games to Nebraska, maybe drop a game, or I'm sorry, lose one of those games to Nebraska, lose to Michigan. Kind of makes Purdue at home a must win. Almost makes Nebraska at home like a must win.
That one I feel like is the must win. Is Nebraska.
Is Nebraska? Well, I mean, you have both. You got home and away with Nebraska still.
Mm-hmm.
As the season, it's kind of like the Drake you and I schedule, how that shakes out. So that's opportunity. I don't know if you've got enough weight in there to move up any more than that. 7 is as high as am I crazy in thinking that? Can Iowa play their way to
That's where I'm thinking.
6?
Maybe if they run the table. If they ran the table.
Yeah. Does the Big Ten tournament play a huge factor in that? I mean, I don't know. Big Ten tournament, I guess it's another opportunity. Get there and you've got to, you play well against one of those top teams.
Michigan's beatable too, which is crazy to say because in January 5th, I was sitting there like, man, that team, how do you beat them? And then Penn State gave them a scare. And then last night they were struggling too.
What happens tonight with your Drake Bulldogs?
Hopefully a win. In my gut, UIC's is a very dangerous team.
Yeah.
This team for the Bulldogs struggles to close out games. I mean, they didn't score in the final 2 minutes against Valpo, and that's why they lost. So that defense hasn't shown me enough adjustments where I'd feel confident saying the Bulldogs beat UIC. That's how good the Flames are, and that's how bad this defense has been for Drake. I'd love to be wrong, though.
I'd love for you to be wrong. I mean,
I would love
you lay
to
out
be
kind of there
wrong.
what you want to see and or need to see. Tough time right now around Drake. I'm interested to know. I mean, after that conversation with Brian Harden yesterday, where he still does seem optimistic about everything. I mean, Brian, he's not running away from any of these challenges. But a tough couple of weeks right now with the basketball team struggling. Hendo's still trying to find his grip there, and now the football news. Did you get any indication yesterday on what? I mean, he kind of gave us an idea of what that window looks like in time frame, and he's just lucky he doesn't have to jump through all the same hurdles that Coach Heller does. Owen, did you get a chance to hear our conversation? We talked with Iowa baseball coach Rick Heller, and he was talking to us about filling the positions and how the loops he has to jump through in the public school. When you're in a public university, everything's got to follow all these rules. Things have to be posted for a certain number of days. It was a wild conversation. In contrast, when you look at what that was with Brian Harden yesterday, and Brian being able to kind of create his own time frame a little bit, a little bit more freedom there and flexibility. Were you surprised, Justin, to hear that he said he's had the phone ring a few times, but he...
No, I'm not surprised because, I mean, when Stepsis left, I felt like I talked to him after a Drake basketball game of like, how quick do you think this will be? And he gave kind of the similar time frame, and it was very quick to hire Woodley. I think a positive glass half full mindset with all these coaching departures during Harden's time with the Bulldogs as he's used to it, where I think that Google Doc sheet is constantly being updated, where I think when this happens, sure, he was surprised, wasn't expecting it, but at the same time goes, all right, I got my top 3, make those calls.
Yeah. Be interesting. Oh, and you going to swing the hammer today? What's on your docket here in the next few minutes?
I've transitioned. I'm trying out the more of a management thing. recently. I haven't been swinging hammers, but I miss working.
Yeah, you will
for real, but
you will working for real.
Yeah,
you will.
Yeah,
you will. When the guys were doing my roof, there's a part of you that will always. It's kind in a weird way. I never thought about this. It's a little bit like being an athlete. You know what I mean? Like when you're an athlete, and then you go and you watch a game. There's a part of you that's like,
I want to get in that game.
I could still do it. And then you get about 4 seconds and your brain goes, no, you can't, old man.
Right.
And that's what happens to me. I was watching the guys roofing and I'm like, yeah, get up there and roll some felt. Yeah. And then it's like, no, jackass, you can't, you hurt yourself putting on a sock. Shut up. Shut up. Pay the bill. Let them do it. Keep your ass on the ground. Oh, they came and picked up all the remnants yesterday, so it's official. It's officially official. Got the new roof. Feeling good about it. Feeling good.
There you go.
Feeling good. Yeah. Insurance can suck my nuts, but other than that,
no kidding. Amen.
In every aspect, all of the
Isn't
insurance.
annoying?
Yep. I don't mean to paint with a broad brush, but insurance
You can.
suck
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
All of it. I'll just
don't pay it.
Yeah, exactly. Just like taxes. It's like taxes. I'm not going to pay my taxes just to fund this, international pedophile rings. They can bomb other countries and do all this stuff.
God.
I'm not even going to pay my taxes.
Owen's like, commercial.
They won't even care. Oh, yeah. I hear the music. They're playing me off, everybody. They're playing me off. That's what happens. You start speaking the truth, and then all of a sudden, you can't handle the truth, can it?
Oh, that's awesome.
And we'll say conspiracy theorists, we're having one hell of a run here lately. We're having one hell of a run.
I bet.
There's been a lot of chest puffing around the Peterson house lately, let me tell you. Horrible. All right, Travis will be back with us tomorrow. We'll probably spend some time breaking down this Drake game tonight. If no plans, get down to the Knapp Center. Help support the Drake Bulldogs in a big game tonight. They could use the support and use a big W. Justin, have a great Thursday. Owen, thank you so much for helping us get to the finish line today, buddy.
No problem.
We'll chat with all of you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. right here on The Rush, therushladio.com.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
Start spreading the news, 'cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
Hi, Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
New year, new lease on life, or on a new Nissan Kicks. Right now, we have a $299 per month lease on our 2026 Kicks SV. Also, take advantage of 0% financing on our 2026 Rogues and Muranos and our remaining 2025 Pathfinders. And we are thrilled to have the all-new 2026 Nissan Sentra on our lot. This sporty compact sedan is ready to carry you through the new year in style. For more information, stop into our showroom or visit us online at willisnissan.com.
Iowa Wolves basketball. Fast, loud, right on top of the action. Every play hits harder when you're in the building. Now it can hit even bigger. Win cash in a VIP Timberwolves trip from the Iowa Lottery. Play Cash Frenzy for your chance to win instantly. Didn't win? Enter non-winning tickets into the VIP club for a shot at courtside seats with the Iowa Wolves or a Timberwolves getaway.
Game on? Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
The following advertisement is for people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or a new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air.